Hopefully you can hear me. We're out here, a nice little fucking nature walk. Now, I just didn't do this little video here to talk to those little subscribers. Like I said, wait a little bit. Hopefully some people join. But like I said, I know it's like the middle of the day. Everybody's working. I'm out here about to do some work myself. Um, you guys hear any noise? It's like some sort of warehouse over here, and they're like doing some work. But I want to talk about the energy crisis and the farmers and all of that stuff. Now, everybody knows that everything's getting really expensive. You don't need me to tell you that, but I'm sure you can. There's no, you know, there's no shortage of people telling you that the opposite. Everything's fine, and go back to not paying attention while we rob you blind and literally destroy everything. Um, like I said, a lot of people unfortunately find that offensive. They literally think everything is fine. Some people are that, they have no idea, or they're, the groups of people who, are pillaging and stealing all of your stuff, and then they're just leaving, and then you guys are like, wow, how could I let this happen? Well, like a lot of people are figuring out, a little bit late, might I add, that this is actually happening. You are losing your societies and civilizations because um, there's a plan. You could look it up. It's like the UN. The UN's got all these plans. I'm sure they're China, Russia. They got their own plans. All these major. Everybody has their own agenda. You know what I mean? Ow! Step on the thorn bush. But a lot of regular people have no idea because they're just living their regular life. Like they're not really interested or whatever. And then once they find out, then they're like, wow, this is really horrifying. All this stuff is going on. How come nobody knew? Well, it was designed for you not to know. And now that you're figuring it out, you're now being strangely labeled as all of these things. You're like, what is going on? What is all this stuff? What? And it's so overwhelming that that's kind of like the power that they have. People are like, how could they be doing all this stuff and nobody would know about it? Well, a lot of people don't want to know because it's like a hard thing to put onto your mind that there's a plan to make sure that you don't have any food and there's no power. You know, people in America, I'm sorry, like I have a lot of viewers from around the world. I've lived in Japan for a couple years and went to the Philippines, fantastic places. A lot of people in America, they literally don't, they won't believe the stuff that's going on. A lot of other countries, they deal with certain parts of it, but people in America, they refuse. Like some of them are so like living their life in America, just they don't want to hear it. And then like once it hits them in the face, well, then it's too late. Like I said, in California, rolling blackouts. It's usually happened a lot like back in the day. Like it was kind of a joke would have it every once in a while. Now it's like they're on the news telling you, yeah, you're going to be without power for a while. So yeah, get used to it. Don't charge your electric cars. In the news, they're talking about don't charge your electric cars because it's a strain on the power grid because, carbon is bad and all these things. Well, which is really unfortunate because a lot of people that are like landscapers or people who are like permaculture and like actually care about the environment, you could just clearly see that they're intentionally I personally believe intentionally with malice, mismanaging the environment and everything, intentionally to blame you and me. Like, oh, you guys, you ruined the environment. Like, aren't you guys the ones who refuse to like actually do any of the stuff that you claim to do? And like, you're gonna blame us? Like, don't we still? Oh, there's the thunder coming in. Don't we still have to go to work and pay all these bills and do all this stuff? And then you're like, oh, you guys are bad for having cars, but you will be killed if you don't go to work and pay your bills. Or like, you know what I mean? Or like, you will be, this or that. And it's like, it's just like this. The whole concept is off. And like, people are like, how do we do global warming and all this stuff? First of all, stop experimenting and spraying stuff in the air and trying to change the environment because that's a normal thing that they do. They've been doing it for years. Stop. You could stop that. That would be it. Second of all, maybe if people, they actually like didn't have the schools to like make people dumb. You spend all this money to go to school these years, and then when you get out, you don't know anything. That's also on purpose. You're spending all this money, and you're like, I don't understand what's going on. Well, that's by design. Like I said, they don't want you to be smart. And like a lot of people are figuring this out. That's why YouTube, I actually do really appreciate YouTube and like BitChute and Rumble and all these other channels, like regardless of whatever, type of, political arguing back and forth is going on, because people can actually express themselves. Now, Twitter and Facebook and all these ones are a little bit different because it's based mass conditioning. Stanley, hey, what up, Stan? Yo, mass conditioning, exactly. So Stan jumped in the comments and he's, saying mass conditioning, mass formation psychosis. It's a real thing. And like you said, you'll see rich, privileged newscasters and people, you don't even know where they come from. They're like, oh, stop talking about this exact thing that we're literally doing to you. Oh my God, white supremacy. Oh, I'm like, okay, well, what if I look like this? Oh, you hate yourself. They always come up with some nonsense, bro. Like I said, always come up with some goofy stuff. And like a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? So, I mean, a lot of people believe American history that was taught in schools, which is like, a complete joke. Like, I'm not saying that they don't teach about some things that are real, but a lot of stuff is lied or faked or mixed in with a bunch of other nonsense, or they like leave out whole giant gaps of stuff. It's really important. And sorry, I'm sweating. It's a little hot out here, down here in Florida. Woo! Out here working. But a lot of people don't, like, they literally believe the history they were taught instead of the stuff that was left out. Man, it's like there's so much good stuff. There's so much stuff, and like a lot of people, like I said, if you knew about the environment, how to grow plants, you'd be like, oh, there's so much stuff going on. First of all, you want to stop the global warming and all this other stuff, stop cutting down all the trees and putting fucking stupid ass apartment high rises and bullshit everywhere. You know what I mean? They're trying to make you think, oh, it's too many people. Oh my God. All people in the entire world, 7 billion of them, 7 billion of them, 7.5 billion, can fit in Alaska, and everybody has 1 acre to themselves. 1 acre of land. That's like, and the rest of the world could be ice cold, empty, no people. So anybody who's telling you that, they're literally making it up so they can do like mass genocide. They want to talk about white supremacy, they're the white supremacists. And guess what? The number one target is white people. So like a lot of white, I hate to say stuff like this, it really bothers me. Every group of people in America is being targeted with like some type of, you know, racial attack or whatever. Well, most groups, including like regular poor white people, like the people who were in the coal mines doing all this stuff for all the years, the electricity that got you to be able to live through all the life and do all this stuff. Now people are like, oh, screw them. Okay, well then now you don't care, you don't understand how that works. Now you're about to not be able to charge your car in California because you never learned about where electricity comes from and what it even is. So now, like I said, but some people can flee to other countries. Like, for example, this is why people getting politically, or even like, not even politics, it's more like people just understanding like economics and environment, using YouTube, which is great, and all this stuff. They're understanding like, oh, hey, I could, you know, move out of the city or just a little bit outside, have a bunch of plants in the yard, and like, and just have like, you know, your own self-sustaining, which is what they don't want. They tell you that's what they have in a commercial, self-sustaining and all this green stuff, but they don't actually want that. So when you move outside the city and you do all this stuff and you start to understand, hey, this is a bunch of bullshit. And like I said, you can, in America, a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of other countries are really small, they don't necessarily, like when I lived in Japan, for example, some people have cars, most people don't need them. So they take the train or taxis or whatever. A lot of people that do, like, the distances aren't really that far. You know what I mean? In America, you could drive for days. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really understand this. And like in Europe, you could drive across that, you know, just Western Europe, I mean. You know, you could drive across it, you know, maybe in a day, and maybe in like a lot of hours. But like in America, you know, it's, you might change in seasons in a day. You go from hot to cold to mountain to, you know, get attacked by, you know, a giant bear or something. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful, you know. So sorry if I'm rambling here, but my point is, people need to learn about the environment to be able to counter the, oh my God, global warming. I flew here on a jet, and I had a giant jet deliver my bulletproof limo that's a gas guzzler to drive over here to give a speech to talk about how y'all are fucked up. And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's crazy, bro. Oh, wow. You know what I mean? Oh, it's coming. A storm. It's here, it's not coming. So yeah, people need to like do more of the understanding, because like I said, they're about to cut the power off on a lot of mugs in this planet, bro. They're literally talking about right now, like people who are like, oh, well, they're mentioning it says, you hear about the floods in the Middle East or the heat wave in China? Yep. Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Yep, it's time to go. Yeah, there's a lot of floods. There's a lot of floods that are going on. Like, there's one in Georgia, one in Mississippi, which caused the water outage. There's the floods in China that are taking over crazy. There's a lot of really wild stuff going on. So Stan had mentioned there's a lot of really sick weather events going on. Yeah, there's like some areas are like, we got no water, like California, Nevada, like 5 states in the west of America right now, because they use the water for dumb stuff. And instead of for actually what they could use it for, like anything important, they just use it for, they're like, oh my God, we have no water. And then go to Vegas and you see the water fountains shooting up 800 feet in the air, and they got lakes and stuff. And you're just like, oh, well, this is fine. And you know, it's like, do you even get it? Like, oh, wow, you'd have to not have a Vegas fountain for a couple of whatevers. And also, I saw another video, check this out, as a Jimmy Dore video. I hope YouTube doesn't like zap me for even mentioning this. Please don't. Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure lots of other countries, came to America and literally has companies set up in Arizona pumping water out of the aquifer and sending it to the Middle East and growing stuff here and sending it there. And they only pay like $18 an acre to just set up some it was, dude, it was ridiculous, bro. Like, you have to check this. Like, they're like, oh my God, the environment. Blah, blah. Hey, Saudi Arabia, come over here and literally pump all of the water that America has and use it for, whatever type of whatever. Just literally spray it and yeah, whatever. And I'm like, bro, do you guys like see? Do you see this stuff? We don't have any water. Lake Mead is drying up. What are you using the water for? There's a billion people over there. No, there's not. There's like 40 million people in California. And like, you don't have any water to power anything or to just have. You don't have electricity because you don't want nuclear energy. You're banning all of the things, and you're like, oh, well, we're not going to sell gas cars anymore. Everything's electric. Oh yeah, by the way, you're not going to have electricity till about 8 o'clock tonight because the power grid is blah, 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 blah. Wait, are you telling me this from your mansion? Oh, I'm sorry, bye, bloop. Like, this is the Hunger Games. Y'all in it. We're in it. And that's why people get really mad when Californians leave that state and come and then literally vote, not to saying that there's any political party that's going to save you, because they're not, but they vote exclusively for the specific people who literally fly in jets, are the most capitalist, privileged people, and like literally shut everything down and then leave everyone with nothing, and then be mad when people look at them like crazy, like, why the hell did you do that? You could literally do like alternative energies. They don't act like it's just like a bunch of shell company nonsense. Like, they're not even trying to do any of that stuff. And it's very unfortunate. Like, there is a lot of ways you could generate electricity and power for yourself and your family to be self-sufficient, but they don't want that. That's the problem. They literally just want to be privileged and fucking go around and like have people care about them for years. Like, bro, it only takes minutes to solve a lot of the stuff that they want to take decades, bro. It takes minutes, literally. But they want to have like the little politic where I get to go around, oh, vote for me, oh my God. It doesn't matter what political party it is. It's all the same. Like I said, anybody who actually makes any sense, they get you up out of here. Come on. Come on. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, the more people that are rising up and doing it, which is actually happening. So I'm not trying to be like a doomer, but like, people are rising up. Like, all this stuff is happening, but you got to be sharp. You can't let your emotions, you know what I'm saying, get you in the moment. So like, now we're going to go over to the farmers thing. With the whole war in Ukraine and Russia and all that stuff. I haven't done a video about that because it's really upsetting for me, because I have Russian and Ukrainian friends, and like, nobody's happy about this. It's like some stupid political WEF stuff going on. It's all for a LARP. Yeah, they don't care. It's bad. It's really bad. A lot of people are being hurt that don't have anything to do with anything. But we'll get into that, do like a map analysis and military analysis, because that's like a really big thing. I've been watching a lot of stuff. Very serious. Russia and Ukraine put out a lot of the world's wheat and sunflower seed oil and like a lot of other things. And they're saying, oh my God, supply chain shortage, oh my God. And then they already had that from the 2020 stuff. And then they moved over to, they started this war because of reasons that are dumb, and like, they're literally doing dumb stuff. I mean, like, the US government and like the EU and all that stuff, and the Russian government and China, they're all doing this retarded stuff over there. It doesn't matter. We'll get into that later. But, man, like, the shortage from that made it even worse, but then they're trying to blame everything going forward on that, when instead they're telling you, yeah, we're going to be banning farmers. Where's food going to come from? Oh, shh, go back to watching your TV. The food's a ball. Wait, you're banning farmers? Yeah, no, we're going to buy up the farms, but you're going to eat crickets. Like, bro, the little cricket joke, they're not playing. Like, they're literally changing food that's already out there into cricket meals and, like, eat bugs and stuff. And, like, a lot of people are allergic to bugs and they carry parasites, all this other stuff. I'm telling you, man, like, liberal white people, like I said, I don't even talk about race because it's kind of weird, but that's not the majority. But like, in Mexico, they are complaining in Mexico City that liberal white people, this is their words, not mine, are coming to Mexico and gentrifying them because they're buying up all the stuff. They're paying way overpriced, driving up the price for all this stuff. They're getting mad. And it's actually happening in Spain and Portugal also. Like, the nicest places in these countries, that they apparently are moving from California exclusively. They literally said, fuck California, because they're mad that like all the stuff is being made in English, and the price is being driven up, and they're being snobby, like, whatever. And like, this isn't, I have some white liberal friends, like, they're not like this. They're certainly not rich and would do all that. But exclusively the ones that are doing this, I've been told from these articles, and I'll try to drop them below once I'm done with this video, because like, a lot of people have done videos about this recently, past couple months, excuse me. They're moving to Mexico City, Portugal, and Spain, and people are getting mad that these people from California are driving up the prices in those local communities, and they're getting snobby about it, and people are like, and so that's the thing that's happening. California's going down, it's got like, all this stuff's happening, water shortages, Lake Mead's drying up, and then they're bouncing. And then they're like, oh, no, don't actually fix California when I leave. You need to stay in poverty, but I'm going to be over here. And then the people in these countries are like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, it's not, dude, it's looking pretty wild out here. It's looking pretty wild out here, okay? And like I said, it's about to be wintertime. Europe is about to have no food and no electricity. Now, people in America will hear that and be like, oh, well, I'm sure they'll just like hang out and like sing and like what. But there's a lot of us in America that are like, oh, that's not good. Because you know what happens during, okay, let's say for instance in Florida, power goes out for 5 weeks because a hurricane literally destroyed everything. Some people go wild. Hurricane Katrina. Y'all know what happened if you're in America, you know what happened there. And if you talk about the stuff that I'm talking about, you know that while all the crazy stuff was going on, the government was trying to little test little stuff, take your food, take your guns and all that stuff. That's the thing. Any other natural disaster, there's the guy who said never let a good crisis go to waste. That's the person in the government who literally said that, all right? And this isn't my word. I'm not making this up. This is just a normal thing that, hey, yeah, we do, yeah. Okay? So I'm just saying, it's a food and energy crisis happening right now. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. So a lot of people are moving outside of their major cities. A lot of people that have money. Some of them are moving to rural communities, and some of them are great. Like I said, I have friends who've done it, but a lot of them are just moving to other countries or moving to these areas and just trying to do the same thing that they've done. And a lot of people are not cool with that. Republicans or Democrats, Libertarian, whatever. Like, political party doesn't matter to me. That's all too much of nonsense because it doesn't actually exist. I don't know why people even think that they do. It's just really weird, man. It's really weird that like people have no idea what's happening. And they're telling you everything. Oh, everything's Ukraine and Russia. Vladimir Putin. I mean, he's doing some things that you may not like, or he says a lot of stuff that may be true or not true. You may like or not like. That's our choice living in the West to actually be able to decipher all that stuff. People in Russia, they really can't say anything negative to what he says. Like, they really can't. So, like I said, that's why that's going on. Same thing in China. Same thing in a lot of these countries. So now you have people believing that he's literally doing things that he's not doing, even though, like I said, he could do a lot of bad or a lot of good. They're like, oh, the food shortage, it's literally him. But the Netherlands is the second most producing food place in the world, and you guys are literally chasing all the farmers out of their no, well, I mean, yeah, they produce the second most food in the entire world, but like, because Russia and Ukraine put out like, I think it's like almost 15 to 25% of the world's grain, the two of them. The Netherlands is like this big on the map, and they way outdo all that, way for years and years and years, like 1,300 years they've been farming, and it's like the best, right? I mean, obviously, if you're from the Netherlands or you know anybody from the Netherlands after watching the stream or now, put it in the comments and drop some links if you can of, people in the Netherlands that have been farming for all these years, and it's like the best. You know what I mean? And so it's like, that's like trying to go to Japan and tell them, you don't know how to be Japanese. I'll tell you, and you've never even been there, you don't even know who they are. That's how, like, the type of mental illness level of, like, privilege, like, bubble world society come down, like, ugh, and people are like, what the hell? So now the farmers are literally driving their trucks down the street, driving their tractors and trucks down the street, spraying, like, fecal matter from their cows because they're making, oh, it's the nitrogen. They, like, another thing that these WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, if you don't know, I had to start doing some videos on that. They're the ones who pick the politicians who get to come, be your leaders. And like, oh, this is democracy. They're literally telling these people, they're running around spraying the poop on the cops and stuff. And it's like a huge confrontation where, like, instead of farming the food that you're going to be able to eat this winter and next year they're not doing it. And if they produce the most, second most in the world, that tiny little place. And so now you have these massive big countries. In China, they have food riots where people are running in, grabbing all the food they can, because once the winter comes and all that food's gone, there's not going to be food. There's people in Europe talking about there's going to be like horrific riots and all this stuff. It's just all this stuff is building, and people are like, well, when is it going to pop? It's literally popping right now. It's already burst, and you're seeing the poop go up in the air. You're like, is that a meteor? No, it's giant clumps of poop. They're about to start raining down. Ow, this fucking thing I keep stepping on. What the hell is this? Hold on. Put this in a fucking fire pit. Pissing me off. I stepped on this thing like 5 times already. Right, this thing is like a blade. It's like a blade literally waiting to fucking kill me. Ow. Fuck. But anyway, let me see if my phone's got any battery left. Oh, we're good. I didn't get to charge my phone all the way. But like I'm saying, food and energy crisis, smacking you in the face, wham, wham. And people are like, oh, like I'm not saying that you can't go out and enjoy your life and participate in the economy. That's the exact opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to be more cognizant. Oh man, that thunder is kind of serious. Okay, I need to get away from this power pole. I'm zapped. Right? I'm trying to stay focused here, but it's a little hard. So I'm like looking down where I'm walking because I don't want to step on any more thorn bushes or like kicking my butt. And this truck is like coming closer to me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh. Anyway. So now let's go over here because this is safe. Actually, not under this tree. That's not safe. There's really no safe place to be right now. Look at this. These clouds are rolling in. Look at that. I always get the sky shot. I love the sky. That's my neighbor Bob out there getting the trash. Nice. So yeah, this is my orange tree, by the way. It's actually a tangerine tree, so you got some new ones coming in here. You see that? Look at these little guys right there. Yeah. So I had to rip a whole bunch of vines off that thing because they were sucking down all the energy and killing it. And I'm like, okay, you need to stop that. So yeah, I have to talk a little bit louder because there's like an entire landscaping crew coming through the woods here, like going crazy over here. I can't even finish my stream. So like I said, that's the stream. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for comments. You know, High Desert Pioneer and Stanley over here killing it in the comments. Like I said, share the video out there. Let people know that it doesn't matter how many people that you watch on television that tell you the exact opposite of what's happening is happening. Because we all know the people, like, love them to death. Some of them, like, you know, Sergeant Slaughter's in the comments. Rick's in the comments too. You know, we could be going around, we talk to people, and some people are just like, well, I watch television and they literally said that there's nothing to worry about, so I'm gonna go back to paying like literally quadruple what I was paying like a couple weeks or months ago. And it's just normal, you know? And a lot of other people, it's unfortunate, but you can see that they're like freaking out and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Stanley Renee with the fire. They don't know what to do. They're like, everything is getting more expensive, but I was told that it's not. Like it's like they're literally like freaking out. There's like crime going on, all types of, you know, little programs, all little types of, you know, the alphabet dudes are sending people out to do things, and they're blaming people who ain't even got the money or the resources to do that because of inflation. You're like, what the heck? He bought how much? Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door. Oh my God, nothing to see here, move on. Oh my God, that's so funny. And they're like, some people are like, well, what if I don't want to move on? What if I want to see what you're doing over here? And they're like, they get you. Oh my God, that's so funny. It's not funny, but it's like so absurd. It's ridiculous. And people have no idea. They're like, oh, well, what if I say something? They might hurt me. They're killing you anyway. You're already dying right now. And so a lot of people are standing up and are figuring it out. And watching a lot of live streams and like that. And that's why YouTube and the video-based platforms are different, because it's literally infinitely harder to fake a video than it is to write a statement that people believe that's not true. That's why they hate it. But you know what I always say? The people who don't like video-based, you know, news or content or, you know, just, you know, skits or whatever, because they're infesting everything. Like, they're not replacing people that they're banning, and the people who ban always come back because they're like, dude, the people want me. They've spoken. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get a Rumble channel because they're literally like, the videos like this, I haven't even really said anything mean. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm just saying, a little bird behind me. Look at this bird, hold on. A little cardinal. Oh, what's up, little buddy? Oh, hey, what's up, little buddy? There's a little cardinal. Oh yeah, what's up, buddy? Oh, they're probably looking for the seeds. I have like for like a while, I did this thing where I made like a little seed tray, and like the birds would just swarm it, and squirrels would have like a war every day. I was gonna get a camera and record that. It was awesome, but I got busy doing yard work because, like, as you can see, this grass is like, well, it's not grass. These are like mini trees now, but I like having trees in the yard, you know? But yeah, so a lot of people have no idea what's going on. They're literally just, which is great because you need people to participate in the economy and doing stuff. But at a certain point, a lot of people are like, okay, we have a problem here. And that's what the whole FBI and all this stuff. And like every time they do something, it's making people more mad. And it's like, they're just not that intelligent, or they're intentionally that dumb. Because remember, all these politicians, Trump, Biden, Hillary Clinton, of course, her, John Kerry, John McCain, all these people, the people on The View, all those people, they have bunkers and they are already filling them. There's a guy on YouTube who builds those people's bunkers. Like, yeah, I built a bunker for Hillary Clinton. I built this for, and they literally have just did it, right? You can go check them out right now, right? They have bunkers. So just know that there's an energy crisis, there's a food crisis, manufactured. It's not even manufactured. They're just literally telling you straight up, y'all gotta go. Straight up, right to your face. You can check out the world. They're not saying it in those exact words. There's like 2 or 3 more words in there, right? World Economic Forum, you know, eat the bugs, and they're building bunkers. So we're gonna do another video. Sorry, I hit the stand. We're gonna do a couple more videos. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos I have planned. Thanks for watching the camouflage videos. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for watching all the night vision videos, because night vision is really great. I got the, let's focus there. I got the night vision going on. I was able to save up money doing a lot of extra jobs and work, which is also a reason why I do shorts. I don't really like doing them, but all the shorts I do is like handyman stuff or like explaining something real simple, so you can watch a short and it's actually something quick, simple, and easy. You can actually learn something in this day and age, because we got a lot going on. Got to be self-sufficient, got to be good. Everybody stay safe. Have a good day. Check out probably do a live stream late at night, because you know the night streams are fire. I figured I'd do the lunch stream to see what's going on, but the lightning is rolling in. I'm not trying to get strapped, or not trying to get struck, because a lady actually unfortunately got struck in Winter Springs the other day by lightning. She was killed. Rest in peace to that lady. But hey, stay safe, stay self-sufficient, and get ready for more camouflage videos. Have a good day. Turn this off.